Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me? I hope so. Because you know how it is with the sound. I might have to check it. Let's see if I can check it real quick. Give it a little second. I'm a couple minutes early, so I can't stop smiling. I feel super giddy right now because. Okay, yeah. Yep. All right, cool. It sounds good. It sounds good. All right. Welcome to the No Bull Podcast, or welcome back to the No Bull Podcast. I am your host, Brianna Bull, and I'm bringing you everything basketball. I'm super excited right now because I have officially upgraded. Officially upgraded. First of all, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well, Rick. I'm super excited. First of all, look, I can put comments on the screen now. Why? Because I upgraded. I am now on StreamYard. Hold on. Since I'm on StreamYard and I upgraded. Okay. I'm gonna be having a blast just being here doing this today on this new platform. And my background is not like, don't get used to this background. I am at my mom's house. I am watching, like, house sitting for her while she's away. And I was so excited because I was like, oh, a new space, new vibes, all new, right? So, but again, I'm just excited to be here. We have a docket today, not just WNBA, but we will be covering the NBA as well. I haven't really tapped into the NBA in a little minute, and I was like, wow, what did I miss? And the rumor mill is going crazy. And I think we're going to see trades happen, acquisitions happen, probably in these next few weeks that are going to be like blockbuster vibes. You know what I mean? But I wanted to talk about Mr. Russell Westbrook because he used to be one of my favorite players ever, and just kind of the current state of his career and the rumor mill that's been going on with him. And then we're going to talk about the WNBA playoffs, which is 2 Sundays from now. Like, literally, time is flying. And then we'll talk about WNBA awards like MVP, Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, Sixth Man off the bench, Most Improved, Defensive Player of the Year. We're going to talk about all of that. Maybe hear your takes on it. I'll share some of mine. And then we're going to wrap up with the W report. Actually, the Indiana Fever and the Chicago. Wait, is it this guy? No, they don't play this guy today. They're literally about to play, like, right now. Their tip off started 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago. The Mystics. I don't know why I didn't. The Indiana Fever are in DC right now, so they're about to play. They're 2 minutes, a minute and a half into the first quarter, and it is currently 4-3. Now the Mystics are on a 8-game losing streak, and the Indiana Fever actually clinched the playoffs. However, they do have a tie. The Sparks hold that tiebreaker over the Fever and the Storm. So, like, and the Sparks play today as well. But we're gonna talk about all 3 of those teams: the Fever, Storm, and Sparks, because the Storm and the Sparks still have yet to clinch. And despite the Sparks being up 2 games, 2.5 spread games, the Sparks still have a chance, especially if they win and Indiana Fever loses. So we'll talk about all of that and what that looks like, because the Storm don't even play until Tuesday. It's a little confusing, and I'm going to try my best to explain it. But yeah, that is all. That is what is on our docket today. And again, I'm really excited to have everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're on a road to 500 subs, bro. I need one more. And you know what's crazy is I had 500 like when I was up last night, just kind of playing with StreamYard, and it was 500, and then 2 people unsubscribed. So I was like, okay. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We got Tulip in the chat. We got Mel in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. and I appreciate your support. And just remember, if you know bull, you know ball. All right, let's get into it. So, Russell Westbrook, right? Former MVP of the league. He had that crazy triple double season that was just undeniable. And he had won MVP. I want to talk about the fact that he's still on the free agency. And I know my thumbnail was like, Westbrook to the Bucks? No, but there were articles and talks that like this team and this rumor kind of came out of nowhere because there were talks earlier about the Kings, something about the Pacers, blah, blah, blah. My thing is for the Pacers, you have Andrew Nembhard and you have TJ McConnell. There's no reason for you to get Russell Westbrook. We're talking about a point guard, you know? So the Pacers, I feel like that's a reach, even if Halliburton's out. Then you got the Kings, who maybe, but you know, I don't think that's a reach, but I'm trying to think. I know they lost Fox, but this is like I don't know if they like to play with that type of pace. Like I know Fox is a really fast guard, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I could see it. I don't think it's terrible, but this whole Milwaukee Bucks perspective, I'm like, you know what? That might could work. So, so there's two parts to this. Why is he still in the free agency? And is this rumor for the Bucks seem like the most probable and believable rumor or possibility for this team, especially with them getting rid of Damian Lillard? They don't got Chris Middleton. Yeah, they just re-signed Thaddeus. And if they re-sign Thaddeus, does that mean Giannis is staying? Because I didn't think Giannis would not want to play with his brother. So, like, there's a whole bunch of different things going in my mind right now for this team. But I'm like, they could use a point guard like Russell Westbrook, you know? They don't have Kyle no more. Like, he been left. So, them getting this point guard out of Russell kind of actually makes sense. I also saw some talks with the Heat, but the Heat also, there's talks with them trading with the Lakers. I saw that rumor too. Like there's a lot of different rumors. Like Austin Reeves can end up on the on the Heat. I don't want to get too ahead of myself and talking about all this stuff. I think another rumor I saw was the Knicks again. I mean, maybe, but they just signed Jordan Clarkson too. You know what I mean? And behind Jalen Brunson, I'm trying to think like Russell Westbrook too, maybe. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But it's not like they couldn't use him. They could use him. Would he fit with the Knicks? I don't know. But I feel like Russell Westbrook is going to be low cost, high energy. Low cost, high energy. But this is year 37 for Russell, or he's 36 years old? Or he's about to be 37 years old? He's getting up there. But I think he's still got like the heart, the energy. His season with the Nuggets was underwhelming. But I remember playing fantasy basketball and nobody drafted him. I was like, damn. But fantasy's a little different than actual basketball. But is this strategy, is this going to be a blessing for teams or is this going to be a burden? Is it time for Russell to wrap it up? I'm just wondering, why is he still on waivers? Is it because people like he's trying to negotiate a best price or a best fit? You know, he got a family. He's definitely a family man. Is it like all these other factors, or is it because he's getting old and he's not useful? Teams are like, I don't know. Would it hurt us more to pick him up? Type time. What do y'all think? Let's see. Tula says, with Dame gone, Russ could do a good job on a vet min for the Bucks. Makes sense. He ain't a needle mover anymore, though, sadly. Yeah, he's not. So his value's down. And that sucks. Because I love Westbrook. But he just, to me, sometimes I think he hurts a team more than he helps a team. And we could say, oh, he's got that veteran, but the way he be playing don't be giving veteran. He be turning the ball over. And I'm like, what are you doing? But Randy Mayo said Russ needs to be on a team. Yeah, I agree. Like, I want him on a team. I'm just wondering what's the holdup? Why is he on the waivers for so long? You know, a little concerned. I'm trying to find this one article that I was reading earlier, and I took it down because my computer was like, "Girl, I can't handle all this." Um, that's what I want to do. I want to look at Russell Westbrook's stats from last season. Let's look up Russell Westbrook's stats from last season. And then I also want to look up the current Milwaukee Bucks roster because I think, like, is Gary Trent still on there? Gary Trent, is he still? Because I'm trying to look at like their point guards and stuff. Okay, so in the past NBA season, Russell Westbrook averaged 13.3 points, 6.1 assists, and 4.9 rebounds. And he played in 75 games. We got hold on. Cause 75 games out of what, 82? That's a lot. I mean, right there is like enough value for me to be like, damn, big man, you playing more games than these freshmen, than these rookies. Salute. 13.3 points, 6.1 assists, and 4.9 rebounds. Let's see his shooting, his field goal percentage. Okay, 44% from the field. And he was attempting 11.1 shots per game. The highest amount of shots I've seen him take all season was 25, and that was against Minnesota. And I mean, he just had a really good game. He had a decent game. How many points he get? How many points he get that game? Ugh. Wait. He shot 25 shots and he scored 38 points. I mean, he scored 12 points. I'm sorry, the minutes category and the points category are right next to each other. So he took 25 shots and he scored 12 points. Am I tripping? Oh no, okay, no, okay. Hold on, let's back it up. He took 25 shots against the Spurs and scored 30 points. I'm sorry. All I know is Russell Westbrook is near and dear to my heart because when I was in college, and this was 2014 through 18, so this was like peak Westbrook with the triple doubles and the MVP. That was like during my time, and people were calling me the baby Westbrook of the league. The other teams were calling me that. There's a lot of reasons how I know that, but still, you know, their fans were my fans. And back in the day, back in that time, getting called baby Westbrook was a compliment. It was a compliment. Now, if you get called Westbrook, I don't know if it's a compliment, but it's definitely not no shade. I appreciate Westbrook. You feel what I'm saying? I think he does add value. I would love to see a system. I think I hated to see him leave OKC, and he's been on so many teams. I would just love to see him get a team and actually win. It kind of sucks, you know? Yeah, he messes up the rhythm. I agree. Russell Westbrook messes up the rhythm. And like I think he messes up the rhythm because he doesn't know how to that's just how he plays. Like I'm trying to describe how he plays. I appreciate his pull-up game. I think that's a lost art. I don't really think he's the best three-point shooter. Like I would live with that. I would die every time. But I think he brings defense. He's still pretty explosive, and he'll push the tempo. And teams are looking for a push the tempo guy. Like I feel like if Russell Westbrook, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but he would fit in with an OKC team. He needs an OKC style team. I don't know. I'm trying to think about how the Bucks played because whenever I watched the Bucks, I was really focused on Giannis. But are they a fast tempo team? Hold on. Let's look at that roster real quick for the Bucks, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Hope everybody's Sundays is going well. So see, Bruce said Russ is okay, just needs a team that needs energy from the bench. Yeah. And so that almost goes like if I'm gonna pick up Russ, I'm not starting him. I do want to bring him off the bench. So maybe the Knicks is a good fit for him. Y'all think the Knicks is a good fit? Like, I'm just talking about teams that have been speculated and rumored that's where he could land. And this isn't even me looking in the cap space or anything like that. Like, I don't know. And Russ, I don't think, I mean, how much was his last contract too? These are so many different questions that contribute to a lot of different things. Let's look at the Bucks roster real quick. Okay. They got Mark Sears, which is a rookie. They got Jericho Sims as their center. Let me look at their guards. They still have Gary Trent Jr. Oh, they got Kevin Porter Jr. I forgot about that. And did Kevin play with Russ on the Clippers? Was Kevin on the Clippers at the time? I don't know. They just got Amir Coffey too, who could be like a guard and a forward, small forward. Gary Harris as a guard. Gary coming from Orlando. Ryan Hollins. This might be an old one because I still see Kyle. Wait, hold on. Oh, is Kyle on there? Yeah, okay. So they got Kyle, but he's a forward. Oh, and they just got Miles Turner. Giannis, Miles Turner, Bobby Portis. They still got AJ Green. I mean, yeah, they do. I mean, they need a starting point guard. So maybe the Bucks isn't a landing spot for Russell Westbrook because they need a start. Maybe they'll start Cole Anthony as their pointing guard. I couldn't even get the sentence out. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if the Bucks is actually a probable place. Cause I'm not drafting. Sorry, I'm a little hungry. I'm not drafting Russell Westbrook and starting him. I mean, I'm not picking him up off the waivers and starting him. I don't know why I said drafting. Russ to the Heat or the Warriors? Bruce. The Warriors? I don't think they want someone who can't shoot threes. Like, I don't think they want another, like, Jonathan Kuminga. They want to get rid of that type of guy and bring in a guy that actually going to shoot threes effortlessly. Not have this, like, attack downhill play style. Like, I just don't think that's what the Warriors want. But definitely Russ Tulip says Russ needs to be surrounded by shooters. Okay, that's fair. You know what? I could see the Warriors like just taking on Russ. Like, I could see them waking up one day like, dang, the LeBron joint didn't pan out. Russ still on the waivers in the middle of the season. Let's go ahead and grab him. That's crazy. But do y'all think he's going to get picked up before the season start? Or am I taking it too far? Am I taking this way too far? Is it possible that the NBA could leave Russ on the waivers, start the season, and then they be like, might as well. Come on, Russ. We'll sign you for a 1 year, $5 million. But yeah, I love Russell Westbrook dearly. I'm excited to see what teams. For me, I was at first I was like, okay, the Bucks could be a landing spot, but I don't know. I don't know. Also, I don't want to completely write the Bulls off because I know some teams are trying to get Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's like on the talks to be out. I can see them picking up. I'm staying just on East Coast too. Am I doing too much? Yeah. Orlando. Just saying anything at this point. Okay, let's move on. All right, let's move on to the WNBA because the regular season is wrapping up. The WNBA playoffs kick off on Sunday, September 14th. The first game in the first round starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN. Actually, all games for the WNBA playoffs will be going on networks that are easy to access. Like it won't be on monumental networks. No shade. But all the shade. But you'll be able to catch all the games on ESPN, ABC, ESPN2. It looks like that's pretty much the places that they've contracted for the WNBA playoffs and the finals to take place. So they will be easy accessed, at least domestically. I want to talk about the WNBA format again because it has changed since last year. So for the first round, it would be the best of 3, and it's a 1-1-1 format. So it'll be home advantage and then away and then home. So best of 3. Same thing for the semifinal. So starting off best of 3. So then the semifinals is best of 5, and it's a 2-2-1. So 2 home, 2 away, 1 ending up home. And then obviously the higher seeds will host game 1, 2, and 5. And then for that finals, this is the first time ever that the WNBA, there's a lot of first timers, will expand the finals to a best of 7 series. We'll have a 2-2-1-1-1 structure, very similar to the NBA. And the higher seed would host game 1, 2, 5, and 7. So I have a screenshot ready and prepared for the projected WNBA bracket. So this was Bleacher Report dropped this 16 hours ago. So I was like, oh, right on time. Let's take a look. So here are the projected seeds. Again, that number 7 and number 8, Seattle, the Sparks have not yet been eliminated. Currently, right now, the Indiana Fever are playing the Washington Mystics. And them winning this game, and then the Sparks play Dallas Wings later on at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Whether the Sparks win or lose, will still, if they win, I think it still keeps them in the game. But if they lose and the Fever win, it kicks them out. But if they both win, I think they still have a chance because the Seattle Storm play on Tuesday. So, it's a little confusing, but we'll keep talking more about that. I just wanted to show you that projected playoff, and what could potentially happen. So if it were to be set and say the Sparks don't make it in, all right, here is what it could possibly look like. So we have Minnesota versus Seattle Storm, the first in the AC in the West, and then it would be the Phoenix Mercury versus the New York Liberty. And then on the other side, it would be Atlanta versus Indy, and then Las Vegas Aces versus Golden State Valkyries. I'm not going to lie. Looking at this first round, dang, that's going to be fun to watch, y'all. This going to be kind of crazy to watch. I'm not finna hold y'all. Bruce got the Mercury beating the Liberty. I'm looking at this, and if the Seattle Storm got to play Minnesota, they're cooked. They are cooked. And then the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream. Brittany Griner recently, and y'all know how much I love Brittany. The real ones know that was sarcasm. But Atlanta against Indy, my thing is Indiana is a wild card. They have a tendency to play really well against really good teams. So that's like that wild card game. But right now, I would have Minnesota, Atlanta, and then the Las Vegas Aces versus Golden State Valkyrie. I mean, Golden State Valkyrie is another wild card. The fact that they made it in the playoffs, and not only made it, they made it as number 6. Sheesh. But then versus the Las Vegas Aces, who surprised us all by finishing in 3rd. And they're currently on a 13-game win streak, coming off a really good win against the Minnesota Lynx. But I would have the Aces winning. The thing about the Las Vegas Aces and the Golden State Valkyrie is they are 2 completely different teams. They both play really good defense, but they're 2 very different teams. But here's the thing: as much as I love Veronica Burton, she definitely has this tendency to turn the ball over. And I think Jackie Young and Jewel and even oh my gosh, forgetting her name at the moment. I'm so sorry. Chelsea Gray. I feel like they have a really good ability to read the passing lanes and force those turnovers from time to time. So, but I don't know anybody on the Golden State Valkyrie team besides Monique Billings, possibly, if she stay healthy, that can stop Asia. And I don't even think Mo can stop Asia. So I would be concerned for the Golden State Valkyries. And then the Phoenix Mercury and the New York Liberty. That's a toss-up for me. Sabrina is still hurt with that toe injury. And they said, and she not playing this week. So she got 2 weeks to get better. What's up, SWAT? Welcome to the chat. Bruce said, Jewel Lloyd and Chelsea Gray are terrible on defense. You know, here's the thing. Julie Alleman on the Sparks, she's terrible on defense too, but she reads the passing lanes really well. So I want to just tread lightly on saying like terrible on what front of defense, because I don't think it's their entire defense as a whole. I think they have some redeeming qualities on defense. But this Liberty Phoenix game, I have a lot of faith in Alyssa Thomas. But I also know like New York Liberty is really good. I got Phoenix Mercury beating the New York Liberty. I'll be honest with y'all. My in the semifinals, I got Minnesota, Atlanta. Golden State. I want one upset. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I want an upset. But Las Vegas Aces and then the Phoenix Mercury. I do want to upset though, because that's just how I am. I would either have the Indiana Fever upsetting or even the Golden State Valkyrie upsetting. I'm not finna hold y'all. We gonna see. Okay. All right, let's keep it pushing. So yeah, the first round of games starts the 14th, and then the next round is the next 2 game. Game 2 is on Tuesday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, and then game 3, if necessary, for these teams will be Thursday and Friday. Then the semifinals start Sunday, September 21st. So they get like a 1-day break. So, I mean, it's beneficial if you go to game 3 and you have the advantage, the seed advantage, then you get to stay home. You don't got to do all that traveling, and it just, it's less on your body and things like that and on your mind. But the semifinals will be that Sunday, and then Tuesday, Friday, Sunday for game 4 if necessary, and Tuesday for game 5 if necessary. So the semifinals will take about a week and a half. And then the actual finals start Friday, October 3rd. And if necessary, we'll go to game 5 Sunday, October 12th. So there's 2 days in between each game day. So that is what that's looking like. If it goes all the way to game 7, Friday, October 17th will be the final day of the WNBA season. Here's my thing though. I am actually excited to look and see what it's like for these women to play extra games this year. To go from 3 format to 5 format to 7 format. I'm really excited to see that and maybe how it will change how people play, think, coaches, their strategy, and everything like that. I really think that matters. And I really want to see how tired these women are going to be by the end of it. They want to get paid more. Well, all right, let's see y'all run a little bit longer. That's not funny. Okay. Once we get closer, that's when I really want to start like breaking down. Once we see whether the Sparks are going to get eliminated or the Storm, whichever the case might be, then we'll go into depth about the actual WNBA playoffs. But for now, let's keep it pushing. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on a road to 500. We're only one away. Last time I checked, I don't know what it is now, but if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop a like. I appreciate everyone. We're going to keep it pushing and go to the WNBA awards. So we're going to talk about every single award category. But I also want to look and try to find when the actual awards will be announced, because I feel like that's important. Well, like not even I feel like I know that's definitely important. But it's been the last time ESPN dropped this article was August 15th, and we talked about it a little bit. But since then, Nafisa's returned, and some people have gotten hurt, and some teams have surprisingly done really well, and some teams have fallen, right? So the most up-to-date predictions is from the 15th. That's a little under a month ago almost. And so I want to talk about where we stand now, because back then my MVP we're going to start with MVP. My MVP front runner, I had Alyssa Thomas, because I just think a triple-double is crazy. She's like 14 something points, with 10 or 11 rebounds, and then 9.4 assists. She leads the league in assists right now. But I have since changed it. And my number 2 was Asia, and my number 3 was Nafisa. But this was when Nafisa was still out. Now obviously it's switched. I'm sorry, AT. Shout out to Maryland. I love you dearly, but you are number 3 for me. And then my number 1 MVP, I got Asia Wilson. She is MVP of this year. I don't care how many games the Minnesota Lynx have won. I do not care. The turnaround is insane, and it's led by Asia. I wanted to pull up her stats, because before the conversation was, oh, Nafisa still scores more points than her. And then I was like, okay, well, Nafisa does have a better field goal percentage than Asia. But, look at the team that Asia has, but at the same time, Nafisa's on a really good team, and she's a really good player, and the offense pretty much runs through her. But Asia is on a team that hasn't been doing so well, and now they're winning a 13-game win streak, and they just beat Nafisa. Stomp Nafisa down. Asia was foot on Nafisa and that. Let's talk about their stats. I had that saved and pull up. Let's see. Wait, did I? Oh, shit, I forgot to... Hold on. I'm still navigating this new platform. But I went to StatMuse, and I got the most recent games for both Nafisa and Asia. Okay? Their top 5 most recent games. Not top 5. The stats for their last 5 games, right? And maybe I can... Yeah, no. I'm going to go here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Nafisa Collier's last 5 games, And she's been back. So this is from August 28th to up until her most recent loss. Nafisa averaged 18.4 points, 6.4 rebounds, 2.2 assists in her last 5 games. 18.4 points. She averages 23 on the season. Okay? Bear with me. Let's look at A'ja. A'ja Wilson averaged 27.6 points, 10.4 rebounds, 2.2 blocks. I sound like freaking Stephen A, man. I'm getting so look at the difference in these last 5 games for these two women. Because before the conversation was, well, you know, Nafisa, let's her team's winning, and because A'ja's team wasn't winning, then it was, oh, but she averages more points than A'ja. She averaged 1 more point. Guess who leads the league in scoring now? A'ja does. She averages 23.6 points per game, and Nafisa averages 23. Guess who? Now here's the thing. Because we're talking MVP talks. Because another part of the conversation was, okay, they're going to give MVP to Nafisa and they're going to give Defensive Player of the Year to A'ja. But guess what? Nafisa is top 5 in steals. I'm not going to take away from Shorty with her steals. So she definitely got A'ja beat on the steals, but A'ja got her beat on the blocks. But Nafisa is also in the block category. So like I'm looking at these women and I'm like, if I'm in the voting thing, I'm gonna go ahead and give MVP to A'ja for her historical season, first player ever to get 30 and 20 in a game. Rebounds, she's averaging a double-double. Come on now. I'm giving Nafisa, like, all right. So Nafisa lost MVP again. Let's go ahead and give her Defensive Player of the Year and give A'ja this MVP if we really know basketball. If we really, 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 truly are giving these women a fair shake, because unfortunately she got hurt. Nafisa got hurt, unfortunately. But A'ja capitalized on it. And then when they met each other just recently, Nafisa wasn't even the leading scorer on the team that night. I want to say is I don't even let me see what the comments are saying. So I get last year that it was, Nafisa got Defensive Player of the Year. I don't want to go based like that's what they did with Shea and Joker. Those two gentlemen had pretty much the same stats. Shea had more steals than Joker. And he ended up winning MVP. And his team played great. But I just can't deny how great, how amazing the Aces have been playing. Like it's too amazing. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Do I need to pull the stats up again in the last 5 games and how we're closing out the season? Should I pull that up again? If it ends up being the Lynx versus the Aces, that might be one of the best finals we've ever seen in WNBA history. For sure. Absolutely. That's right, Tulip. That's right. Bro, if they give it to Fee just because she didn't win it last year, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just saying, I don't like when we start doing it. Is that called semantics? I don't know if that's called semantics. That might be the wrong way to use that word. But still, like, I don't even, before it was, let's see how the rest of the season go. No. It's a wrap. It's curtains. So for the MVP, mine is A'ja Wilson, then Nafisa, and then AT. But I think A'ja Wilson deserves MVP. And then give Nafisa Defensive Player of the Year. But if they settle and give A'ja Defensive Player of the Year, I hope, a part of me hopes that they do that just so that Shorty could come and win it all. And then we're going to have a podcast episode, and my lower third is going to say A'ja Wilson was the real MVP of the season. Like that. Anyway, Okay. We talked about MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, kind of wrapped in one. Let's move on. Let's move on to Rookie of the Year. Again, now, when I went to see the Mystics play and I watched Sonia Citron in person, I was very impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even realize she was that tall. You know, you can see someone's height, but when you see her in person, you're like, oh my God, this girl is elite. And she just had like this kind of swag to her, like this composure to her. And she got a very pure shot, very, very pure. She's she's smart. Like, wow, she's gonna be really good. But I can't deny that Paige is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Not only is it her stats that talk for her, but her fan favorite. Like, people love Paige. I think I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. For the All-Star game, Paige, it wasn't Miss Caitlin Clark that got the most votes. Paige Becker's got the most votes out of every All-Star. The people love Paige. She got more votes than Caitlin. Like, really let that sink in. So Paige, she's definitely crazy. I want to note she's shooting 45% from the field. That's better than what Caitlin was doing. Now, the reason I keep comparing those two and not even comparing Citron, because Citron was shooting 46% from the field. So I'm not trying to say field goal percent matters or, you know, is the end all be all. But I'm saying you got to look at Paige's consistency. You got to look at her proficiency, her efficiency. You got to look at her C's. You know, she had that one record-breaking game when she had like 30 points and 0 turnovers and like 4 something assists. It was crazy. I think she had more assists than that. I think I'm selling her short on assists. And I know the Mystics had a better record this year, but both teams did not do well at all. And I think Sonya played in more games because Paige is definitely injury proof, but you can't deny Paige. You just can't deny Paige. I think if you were to take Paige versus Sonya, because I think it's what puts her over the edge with Sonya is her defense. Paige is guarding the best player on the other team day in and day out. So I think hands down Paige is going to win Rookie of the Year, but Sonya Citron, she's not done. And we're going to keep hearing for her. And her and Kiki. For sure. Now, Dominique Malonga was in talks. But guys, really look at how she plays. Like, really be paying attention. Okay? I don't think she's going to thrive in this Storm system with the same coach. They either got to get a new coach or she got to get on a new team, because I think she obviously has great potential. I seen her go against Angel, Asia. Like, I seen her go against good bigs, and she was holding her own at some points, but she has a lot of work to do. She's so young, and she has a lot of development to do. All right. She could be in like top 6 talks for Rookie of the Year, but I don't want to, it's like not even close. Like, let's be for real. Okay. Now, Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, wait. Let me check comments. Tulip, I saw your notification for Rookie of the Year edit an hour ago. So I just haven't looked at it, but I did see the notification because I got my notifications on. Because you put she is Rookie of the Year, and it felt like, oh, damn, they announced it. I went to go look. I said, they ain't announced it yet, did they? But no, yeah. Paige is better all around player than CC. So, oh wow, Alyssa Thomas is your Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. I hate how Alyssa Thomas, like, she's so great, but it's just so many greats around her that she just gets overlooked. That's why I could see what if Phoenix Mercury makes it all the way to the finals? What if? She gets her get back with a win. A chip. I don't know. But yeah, okay, so the what was my next one? Now, according to ESPN, their front runner for Defensive Player of the Year is Gabby Williams. But I just feel like Shorty fell off. But according to ESPN, Andrews said Gabby, Pelton said Gabby, Filippo said Alana Smith, which was really random, but I understand. And then Voapel said Nafisa. But according to ESPN, Gabby. But if you look at the stat leaders, Asia leads in blocks with 2.2. Right behind her is Ezzy. She's tied with Ezzy for 2.2. Alana Smith with 1.9. Natasha Mack 1.6. I will say Natasha, she's a great defender. She's a great rim protector. And then Nafisa Collier with 1.6. And then in steals, Gabby still leads, but her steal average did decline. I want to throw that out there. But she leads with 2.3 steals. And the next girl behind her is Paige Beckers with 1.6. Now, my junior year, I won Defensive Player of the Year, and I had like 98 steals on the season. So, but I averaged a double-double. It was like my stats were undeniable, but my team wasn't that good, so I got Defensive Player of the Year instead of just getting Player of the Year because come on now. It's undeniable. But again, my team didn't really win, so there's that. And Gabby, her team doesn't really win either. But that's the only category that she. I mean, does it matter if you only lead in one category? I know it's more than just like your stats and your leading in category, but I just feel like Gabby has really declined, man. I don't. But then it's like when you look at awarding somebody, do you look at their season as a whole? Or does it matter if they started off strong but didn't finish strong? Or does it matter if you didn't start off well but you finished strong? Like, those become conversations. And me, and as a female, as an athlete, not even female, just as an athlete, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. But I don't know, man. Okay, so most improved player. She not gonna get MVP, but Alicia Gray probably will get most improved player. If not Alicia, then Veronica. Probably Veronica Burton, but if they don't give, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate to say, like, if they don't give this, then they might give this. But Veronica Burton, man, the only reason I think that will hold her back from getting it is her turnovers. Like, yeah, she has great assists, but Shorty will turn that ball over a lot. And it don't even be like players aren't catching the ball. Shorty turns it over. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Veronica Burton or Alicia? I'm a little biased because I like the Golden State Valkyries a lot. But Alicia was an all-star this year. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I just I would love for Veronica Burton to win this. I want Golden State Valkyrie to win something. If Veronica doesn't win this, then I hope Natalie wins Coach of the Year for sure. Now, I have a question about this. This might be a silly question or not, but Naz Hillman for Sixth Man of the Year, I feel like that's like hands down. She gonna get it. But she did start towards the second half of the year. So does that count? Like, if you don't come off the bench anymore and you turned into a starter, would you still be considered a 6 man of the year? Or am I thinking too much into it? So that's what I got. I got Natalie as coach of the year, Veronica Burton as most improved player of the year, Nafisa as defensive player of the year, Asia as MVP, Paige as rookie of the year, and then Nas as 6 man. Did I say? I think I got everybody. Listen, it's little. I don't know everything. It's too much to know. I wouldn't even want to know everything. But we're learning together. We are learning together. Okay. I mean, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for when they actually announce this stuff. I'm trying to see like when are they actually going to announce the WNBA awards. And then we'll move on to our final topic. We'll see how that Indiana Fever and Mystics game is going and look at the rest of the games on the schedule. We'll probably hear it in October. That's what I'm seeing. They'll probably be announced late this month, early October. Maybe after the first round of the playoffs, we'll hear something. We'll see. All right. Let's wrap up and we'll move to the final part of our segment today. I didn't want to do such a long show. I just wanted to just remind myself to stay consistent. Gotta stay consistent. Keep pushing. But the W report. So, and I know today's football. It's football Sunday, right? So, but shout out to basketball. Ball is life. All right. The reason, so if you see in my picture, I got the Sparks, the Fever, and the Storm, but I don't want to confuse anyone. The Storm do not play today. All right. On the docket for today, we have the current game going on, which is Indiana Fever visiting the Washington Mystics. And then at 6 p.m., the LA Sparks host the Dallas Wings. And then at 9 p.m., we see the Chicago Sky versus the Las Vegas Aces. Biggest news we can hear for this Indiana Fever Washington is if Indiana wins, they can, for sure, it could be detrimental for the Sparks if they don't win as well. And then also Washington Mystics is on an 8-game lose streak. And then for the Dallas Wings and LA Sparks, it is a must win for the LA Sparks. Absolutely. And then for the Chicago Sky and Las Vegas Aces, we know that the Las Vegas Aces are on a 13-game win streak, and Angel Reese will be sitting out for the first half of this game. So currently, they're wrapping up the second quarter, the first half, wrapping up the first half in this Fever versus Mystic game. The current score is 44-38 with the Indiana Fever leading. Top performers is Aaliyah Boston. She has 18 points and 6 rebounds. And to no surprise, the top leading scorer for the Washington Mystics is Miss Sonia Citron with 13 points. Tonight for the Dallas Wings, Paige is set to play. Despite their injury report with their players was a little long, not gonna lie. She is supposed to play. And then for the Sparks, I think they've been healthy all around. if I'm not mistaken, I was looking at their injury report. Oh, Rakia Jackson is day to day, but not really sure. I think she had got hurt, like something had happened with her ankle or her leg. It was like a lower leg injury at some point. This was a few weeks ago. So, like a week or so ago. Um, but yeah. Then we got with the Chicago Sky and the Las Vegas Aces, I saw that Haley Van Lith again has that ankle injury she's milking. Looks like she's just gonna wrap it up. I think it's kind of like Enrique on the wings. I think she's just kind of trying to get through the season. And then who else did I see? Ariel Atkins is day to day, but she's been day to day and still showing up and playing. And I didn't see anybody. Oh, and then Alyssa Smith is out. Hate that for them. I love Melissa Smith. She's estimated to return September 9th, but we will see. As far as who do I think's gonna win today? I think the Sparks really need to win, but they do struggle against the Dallas Wings. So, but the Dallas Wings also has like injury plagued. And I hope the Sparks take advantage and they don't foul too much and they don't. I want the Sparks to win. They need to win. And then tonight for the Sky versus the Aces. I don't know. I'm excited to see Angel versus Asia, but we won't get to see that till the second half. But I think the Aces will come out with a win. It would be insane if the Sky upset them though. And I think that would say a lot about Angel. But just with their current, like, I know they just beat the Connecticut Sun, but I think a lot's happened in the media since then. And I'm really curious to see what the chemistry of the team is going to be like. Side eye. What's up, Chicago Cheetah? Welcome to the chat. Chicago said MVP to Asia. Let's go. Damn, Las Vegas Aces by 30? All right. I'm doing all right, Cheetah. I'm glad to be here. Grateful to be here. It's a chill Sunday. I know people watching football, but I wanted to get some content out. I did upgrade to StreamYard, and I'm really excited. So I'll start editing my videos and posting them. So we'll see how that goes. But really, really glad to be here with y'all. Again, I am on that road to 500. So I'm not sure what it's looking like right now, but when I logged on, I was at 499. So I'm hoping that someone hopped on and was like, I'm going to subscribe. But that would be really dope. I appreciate everyone regardless. It's been a great journey. Very short, sweet stream. Just wanted to kind of chop it up a little bit and really excited for what this last week or week and a half. It's kind of like week and a half left in the WNBA regular season. And then also knowing that the NBA is probably about to come out with some crazy trade, y'all. I just got a feeling we're about to be like, what's up? So I'm excited for that. It's an exciting week. And I mean, I'm mostly excited about the start of the WNBA playoffs and to see how right or wrong everybody's been about their predictions. It's always fun. But yeah, as always, I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever you got planned for today. I hope you have fun. Thank you for tuning in. Just remember, if you know bull, you know ball. And I'll catch you next time.